D asked Greyfoss what he really wanted. Everything is negotiable. Greyfoss just looked at him so quietly. Eyes full of blood. It only took 10 minutes. The mercenaries took control of the entire island. Plank was also forced to walk to the hall of the venue. When he opened the door, the scene on the scene made his eyes widen. Other experts have been detained here. And Graves was sitting on the steps smoking a cigar. In the cloud again and again. No one can see his expression. I don't even know what he wants. Or did Plank break the silence? Ask him why he did it. Greyfoss sighed and said he should not be offended. Plank said you lost the game. Greyfoss kept whispering. Say you didn't lose. The whole person gradually fell into madness. Just in time to see Bloom in the crowd. Shot Bloom through the leg without warning. Tough guy. Bloom just didn't say a word. Greyfoss walked forward with a smile. Picked up the butt of a gun and smashed it at his head. After a few strokes, Bloom was unconscious and fell to the ground. Hard head. I didn't die after smashing so many times. Then he pointed to Blonde lying on the ground and laughed. You see? This is called losing. But where is that Oriental boy? This plane does not obey traffic rules. Blocking the takeoff runway. We don't know each other's intentions. At this time, Danny, coming out of the plane, pulls out his satellite phone. When I received the order to bring everyone back, their guns are pointed at us. Mom and Tiannan discuss how to break it. Suddenly, the other party fired, hit directly on the windshield. This is a warning from the other party. If you don't listen to the other party, get off the plane. Maybe next time it will be an RPG. There is no way now. Only obey the wishes of the other party. The other party is very alert. The muzzle of the gun kept pointing at the crowd. Gentai asked if he was looking for an opportunity to shoot. Mom, let us wait and see. I feel like these people are not ordinary people. Killing is no burden for this group of people. This also makes me and Gentai feel that the matter is serious. And then Danny gets another order from Greyfoss. Let him bring back an Oriental villain. So he asked us who the colonel was looking for. We look cold. Didn't answer him. Mom said she hoped they would let us go. And we'll pay for it. But you hide your face and laugh and say, that's not okay. Our employer is someone else. Mom stands in front of the crowd and exudes murderous intent. Never thought that the other party would take a few steps back to maintain distance and pulled the bolt of the gun on me. Predictable, as long as we have any. The opponent will shoot without hesitation. Danny smiled and said, I know, everyone is a master. So, in order to prevent accidental fire, don't beat the master. But who exactly made the colonel angry? The other side of the venue, Johnson reports to Graves. All power on the island has been disarmed. Communication facilities are also fully controlled. Greyfoss nodded, well done. When asked what to do next, Greyfoss told him. Then things get interesting. Then Danny opened the hall door of the venue and walked in. We're all following him. See us, Greyfoss smiled. Kid, we meet again. Then slowly stand up. Look at your eyes. I don't think you understand the situation. I still have a look of not caring. How? Does it take a gun to have the courage to talk to me? Hear my sarcasm. Greyfirth was furious. Reverse butt hit me in the stomach. I bent down in pain. Greyfoss warned me to stop staring. But my eyes are still sharp when I look up. Damn, what a hot little brat. Raise again. The butt of the gun is about to hit my mother in front of me. Let us go now. Then nothing will happen. Greyfoss paid no attention to the threat. Instead, he hit his mother with the butt of a gun, but was blocked by my mother's hands. It looks like it wants to eat people. Daniela shoots. Point at mom's head. Then give us some money. Fist fast within 7 steps. 7 steps away, gone fast. So Danny kept his distance. Point a gun at mom. And remind Greyfoss that money is the most important thing. Greyfirth laughed. said that he would not let the brothers suffer. Then he cleared his throat, announcing the bosses to borrow some money to spend. Not much. Just $200 million. And everybody was shocked. Bosque doesn't understand what it means. Gray Fox explained that this is your life-saving money. Bill expressed his concern. Even with money, there is no guarantee that the other party will let him go. Grayforth raised his gun and told them they had no choice. And Donald says there's no cash. The network is down again, so I can't meet you. Capacho, take the opportunity to say as soon as they get back to safety. Then you can send the money over. And it was kind of predictable. Johnson pushed his glasses. Go in front of the crowd. And in front of him was a satellite computer. You can connect to banks around the world. Not fully prepared. They're not going to blow up communications. It seems that this group of people has long planned this incident. Danny offered to keep the top gifters. Kill the rest. Then Donald. And he came up with a surprising idea. Just let the game go on. That way you can give Danny double the money. Faced with such tempting conditions, Danny is clearly excited. Frank didn't understand Donald's intentions. Donald, shut him up. If we stop here, a bunch of them will go bankrupt. Only by restarting the event can there be a first-line student. Our side, Mom is also observing the situation in the field at all times. There are 12 gunmen in the field. And there are about 5 or 6 patrols off the field. Even if you focus on force, it also causes a lot of casualties. I can't find any way at present. So Ming was ordered to find a way to create chaos from the outside. Then disperse the troops in the field. Ming, who received the instruction, I don't know where I took out a steel needle. Broke the tied rope in one fell swoop. Mom comforted him not to force him. Everything is for your own safety. Seeing this Feng San, he also wanted to contribute his strength. Said he would go through fire and water for his wife. Suddenly, Liu Yuan's eye shook his cheeks. Liu Yuan's eye said, the old man, also wanted to help. The crowd looked at each other. Then please. Side of Donald says just better than reboot. Billions of dollars will come in. Hear this number. Danny gave a greedy smile. There's no need for ink. Let's get started. And that's when Johnson objected. Said he would come to harm us. These people are all heroes. If you're not going to kill them all, you will be hunted down for a lifetime. If you get them out of trouble, just spend some money to hire killers. It's enough to keep us alive. It's better to take the money you can get now. Then immediately pull away. But you also hesitated. A pair of large hands climbed onto his shoulders. Greyfoss says, let the game begin. Think about it for a sec. Danny went to the crowd and announced. We decided to restart the game. Who won the first place? I will give him a chance to live. As soon as the statement comes out, there was an uproar. Explosive thinks the game is impossible in this situation. And I don't have the confidence to win the first place. With a gunshot. Explosive has no chance to speak again. Who has a different opinion? This guy is clamoring for no updates. Just play the game and go. Danny was rewarded with a peanut directly. Who else has something to say? This wave made everyone calm as if chilling. Since it's okay, then sit and wait for your fate. So they're all sitting around in the middle. Mom gave Ming a wink. At this time, Ming raised his hand to signal. Said I wanted to go to the bathroom. 2 guards, a beautiful woman. He said he wanted to accompany him with bad intentions. And Johnson noticed this. Came over to ask why. When the two explained that they were going to the bathroom, Johnson stared at Ming for a while. Suddenly grabbed Ming's clothes. The buttons of the bright coat have been unbuttoned. Then the steel needles on his body fell to the ground one after another. Johnson pushed the glasses to cheer the two up. Because the people here are dangerous. Otherwise, you may not even know how to die. Then he also warned Ming Dai to make small moves. Otherwise, he will destroy the flowers with his hands. On the other side, Danny and Donald are in the monitoring room. The two are watching the previous game video. When I saw Greyfoss being beaten, He finally realized why he was angry. There are not many players left in the competition now. And these are the only people who deserve a big bet from the outside world. If the two people whose road game was interrupted restart, there's a lot of money coming in. That's $2.3 billion. Hear this astronomical figure. Danny asked to start the game quickly. And Donald said something was wrong. Need to solve. Because this is a real-time game. Sudden interruption of the game, it leads to a lot of speculation. Only with trust can there be a large amount of money. So we're going to tell them. The game is going well. But you say he will do everything. This is multi-billion-dollar work. I can't wait. Everyone on the other side was crushed to the rooftop of the hotel. Bill, everyone was shaking with anger. When did you suffer such humiliation? Then he told Zoe that if he had an accident, gotta kill Greyfoss. Looking at Grayford, who was puffing on the clouds. As I gritted my teeth, Tapacho asks Plank if his life is in danger. Plank comforted him. Those people are just for the money. Now, I only wait and see. When the communication is restored, you can contact outsiders at any time. At this time, overhead drones hovering as usual. One person steps. It was the proud Danny. He pointed at me and Wang Ming. You two get ready for the next game. The winner can survive. For his proposal, I looked at him like a fool. See me unmoved. Danny pointed a gun at me. Do you have any different opinion? The man was pointed at the head by Biu Biu, but not panicking at all, and mocked Danny for not having Biu Biu farts. When asked if he was really not afraid. Even more bluntly, he was beaten by Biu Biu when he was a child. That's about it. No big deal. This fool can't fix Danny directly. Put the Biu Biu directly on the forehead. This headshot is not the same as hitting the body. Seeing the finger pulling the trigger is working hard. A call, interrupted Danny. It was the grinning Grayfirth. This kid is mine, you can't kill him. My face sank. It seems that you haven't been beaten enough. Greyfoss hasn't spoken yet. Danny backhanded and slapped me in the face. Did you really think I was joking? Then tell Greyfoss to find someone else. You must kill me, this arrogant fellow today. Facing angry, Danny. Greyfoss also sighed helplessly. Just as I was about to be headshot. Undead map, speak up. Let's fight it out. For his words, I scoffed. Instead of being fought like a fighting beast. It's better to be dead now. I didn't expect to be knocked away before I finished speaking. It's the undead map, holding my body all the way back. Keep pushing me against the wall to stop. I don't want to die yet. This cry to live also stimulated the crowd. Zui Foss applauded even more. Those who don't want to die struggle like dogs. Wang Mingtu pressed me against the wall. Whisper beat me. Then live. Because you are stronger than me. And if you die here. I don't have the face to see my wife and Zhao Nan either. I snorted when I heard his words. Kick the undead. What are you talking about? Wang Mingtu is attacking again. Several tricks were avoided by me, one by one. A powerful backswing was caught by me with one hand. I congratulated him to stop. Then go straight past the undead. Face Danny directly. He asked me why I suddenly stopped. I told him that fists are not swung around. Only when you have to fight. Will wave. He didn't understand what I meant. I told him to stop insulting me. Just give me a treat. This ridiculous request is not just Danny's. Even everyone in the field was shocked. But look at my face, and you know I'm not kidding. In a hospital in Country H. According to the prosecutor general. Thank you for rescuing Zhao Nan. Earth Tiger executive said, I'm just responsible for taking Zhao Nan to the hospital. What really saved him was far away. President of the United States. If you want to thank him, thank him. At this time, the stone mobile phone suddenly rang. Turn on your phone and find that the game has restarted. This surprised Mrs. Du. Because, according to the president and the others should have been on their way back home. Try to contact. Communications in the United States have been interrupted. The live stream screen on the mobile phone is me and Dan. Conversation with me. The sudden change left everyone at a loss. According to the prosecutor general, I want to call and ask about the situation in the United States. The man asked the other party to kill him. Because I don't want to be a tool for others to make money anymore. Repeated provocations made Danny's eyes cold. 2 shots were fired from the air. The drone in the air was directly exploded. Then the gun was pointed at my head. So there's no evidence of murder. Just as I was about to pull the trigger, a pair of large hands climbed onto Danny's shoulders. I said this kid was my prey. Greyfoss laughed madly. Here, when Danny and I were still facing off. On the other side, Liu Yuan Jiesheng told his mother. He's in charge of the 5 people over there. Mom told Ming to guard the 2 exits. Leave the rest to Zhang Tai. Then Mom will be the pioneer. Look, everyone is arranged. Feng San hurriedly asked himself. Mom wants him to protect me. Feng San gladly accepted the order. On the other hand, Greyfoss said I was going to die. Let him solve me. For him, a defeated general. It didn't bother me. Graves pulled out 2 guns and put them in my ear. Nasty guy like you. This is a brand new version. Shot me twice in the ear. The 2 gunshots directly shook my eardrums. Greyford smiled even more brazenly. Then he punched me in the face. Suddenly, a steel needle flew towards Greyfoss's neck. Unable to dodge, he was directly inserted by the steel needle. A cloud of blood. Too late to shock Danny. Also ushered in the attack of steel needles. This is exactly what Mom launched. The raid. Sunny raised her arm to block the fatal blow. Mom has taken the opportunity to fly into the field. The high guard hurriedly pointed his gun at his mother. Suddenly, countless thin threads flew in from nowhere. Tie a few people together. It was Liu Yuanji's fishing line attack. The fishing line cuts the body like a sharp blade. The 2 people guarding the door also happened at the scene. As they raised their guns, the people are also here. They pulled out needles and swung them. Then the body rushed forward. A steel needle pierced a person's neck. At the same time, holding a steel needle to another person. The other guards charged with guns, kicking someone away like a ghost. The 2 just became alert. Zhang Tai slapped another person on the chin. 1 person left, didn't have time to panic, kicked in the neck again. Kill 3 people lightly. Danny is still watching the situation on the decent side. Mom has quietly come to him. And when he does, it's too late to make any defense. Hit in the jaw by Mom. And my mother still holds a steel needle in her hand. Mom, let go smartly. Then he lifted his knee and knocked the steel needle off Danny's chin. Really hit. Straight out from behind him. And look at Danny lying on the ground motionless. I was also shocked by my mother's decisiveness in killing. Suddenly, my mother yelled at me to be careful. Because several mercenaries appear behind you. And because of tinnitus, I didn't hear my mother's warning at all. There are also multiple wounds on the body at this time. And I just stood there and didn't do anything. Mom, it's too late to come forward. And when I look back, my eyes open wide. A mist of blood exploded in the air. This man is so cheap. Shot me twice in the ear. Caused my tinnitus. So much so that my mom reminded me of the danger and I couldn't hear it. Wait for me to turn around. But I saw a scene that made me regret it for the rest of my life. A cloud of bright blood spurted in the air. Zhang Tai reacted and ran to the door quickly. Fly up and kick directly to the iron door. When the door is kicked shut, it also blocked the view of the attacker. When I turned around, I found that there were many wounds all over Ming's body. Fortunately, they avoided fatal injuries. They both remembered me at the same time. Looking back, the military was shocked. A figure stood in front of me. The round of gunfire just now also injured everyone. And none of this is my business. I only care about the person in front of me. What do you want to call? But found that he couldn't say anything. Feng San is not a tall figure, standing in front of me like a giant tower. His chest was covered with gunshot wounds. And there was no pain on his face. Still, keep smiling. Didn't wait for me to get up. Feng San has already fallen to the ground. My sad call sounded in the field. The other side. Bloom picks up a pistol and walks into Zheng Tai. Tell Zheng Tai to give it to him here. Zheng Tai Wenyan ran towards Feng San with wind and rain. Grey Foss at this time, struggling on the ground, clutching his bleeding neck. Murong glanced at him coldly. A strong killing intent broke out in his eyes. The other side. The mercenaries blocked behind the door also assembled. Now, Johnson is the supreme commander here. Ask what happened to the balcony. Surprised to hear that the whole army was wiped out. Annoyed. Danny didn't listen to advice to cause this to happen. The subordinate asked what to do now. Johnson pushed his glasses. Eerie hand. If you don't want to be hunted down for a lifetime, just kill everyone here. There's only one exit. Tell everyone to stay here. Kill anyone you see. Here Carl is also analyzing the consequences of this. Carlo's death will make Modongo angry. If a satisfactory explanation cannot be given, things can get very troublesome. Then he bent down and picked up the pistol on the ground, aimed at Grey Foss lying on the ground. Although I don't want to die so easily, but I was pointed at the head with the gun before. I can't swallow this breath. Just about to pull the trigger, stopped by a pair of hands. It's Mom who came over. This man's life is for my son, Mom said coldly. Then walk into Plank. Warn him to take responsibility for this. Then he punched Plank in the abdomen. The powerful force shook him back continuously. Kneeling on the ground and coughing up blood, I looked up again, and my mother came over again. The pain my son endured. You are responsible for this, Mom announced like death. Feng San on the other side, lying still in my arms. The blood that flows out also gradually becomes cold, reminding me that I lost him. My head was hit like a giant hammer. Fall into a void. After a while, hysterical shouts broke out. A group of experts are trapped on the top floor of the hotel, and the only passage is guarded by a group of mercenaries. Johnson runs to the monitoring room, ordered to send the drone to the top floor again. I don't understand what happened. When I heard that the roof had failed, it's even more surprising. At this time, the drone restarts the monitoring screen. The situation on the roof clearly appears on the screen. Danny and Colonel Grey Foss have been killed. The other mercenaries are contained. Liu Yuan's eye glanced at the drone above his head. Shake it hard. The rod snapped the last remaining drone. The surveillance screen of the roof is lost again on the screen. Johnson has his men ready to take off and leave here. Bring over all the remaining C4 explosives. Order everything. Orders were issued through the headset again. Secure the only entrance. When the C4 explosive is brought back, it will be blown up. And Donald listened to it all. Quickly ask what to do about the game. Johnson said, this is the case now. It's a farting game. But it made Donald panic. If there is no competition, he will go bankrupt. But Johnson is no longer. Ignore him and forbid to leave. Donald looked at his back. A momentary evil is born with courage. Draw the sword from the cane. Hit Johnson in the back of the head. A gunshot. The bullet pierced Donald's mouth. Knock, 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 knock. This old guy is really impatient. The other side. The people on the roof are also helpless for the current predicament. Liu Yuan's eye asked what to do next. Then expressed an order to break the game. I am willing to listen to my mother's instructions in the future. Neither Bosque or Bill disagreed. Mom thought for a moment. He looked back at the people who were immersed in sadness. Then go straight to Bloom. Ask him if he has ever been a soldier. Ask again after getting a positive answer. If he was a mercenary, what's next? Bloom considered the current situation. Then he said he would blow up the roof first. Then blow up the first and third floors. Let the whole building collapse, so that everyone can be buried with them. To avoid future problems. Mom asked him if he could storm the building. Say, that's stupid. Because all the firepower is concentrated there. Think for a moment. Mom has a plan. Said he would break it from the inside. This sentence makes everyone not understand how to do it. At this time, my mother called Liu Yunzai. Asked if I can borrow his fishing rod. The willow garden was picked for a moment, knowing my mother's intentions. What a crazy guy. Mom needs to get up and help. Just calm down. Stand up suddenly. Eyes full of determination. Mom and Zheng Te wrapped fishing line around their arms. The two of them broke the tempered glass first. Then let Liu Yuanzai follow. After that, the two men jumped off the roof. Used the fishing line to swing up and rush to the downstairs window. Look at the glass. Mom focuses on her knees. Hit the glass all at once. The glass is cracked, but it's not broken. Mom kicked the wall and bounced back. Make way for Zheng Tai. Then Zheng Tai. The knee hit the cracked glass again. As the glass shatters, the two swung safely into the room. The two pack up for the impending massacre. A group of experts are trapped on the roof. The only passage is still guarded by mercenaries. The roof will be blown off in a while. Everyone will have nowhere to run. So my mother and Zheng Tai use the fishing line to swing downstairs. Break the tempered glass of the downstairs window. Liu Yuanzai wraps the fishing line around the external unit of the air conditioner, and then you go and you jump off the roof. And I'm still immersed in the pain of losing Feng San. Kia Zinkin and others didn't know how to comfort them. I gently placed Ping Fengzhen's body. Then he staggered to his feet, heading towards Greyfirth in the distance. Graves clutched his bleeding neck. Look into my gloomy eyes. The body can't move. I looked at him with a flat expression. And I reached out and I grabbed his hair. Ignore the surprised eyes of everyone. Dragging Graves' body to the side. It doesn't matter how much he struggles. I gave an emotionless order to Bloom in front of me, to get out of the way, and the man is afraid that I will do something impulsive and call out loudly. Bloom is sorry for the loss of someone important. But it's very dangerous ahead. When to say anything else? See my gloomy eyes. Shengsheng swallowed the following words back. He clearly felt. Stand in front of this person at this moment. Will be torn to shreds by him. I dragged Greyfoss through Bloom to the staircase. The corridor door opened with a bang. The mercenaries guarding here were shocked. The weapon in hand is a round of strafing. After sweeping a load of bullets, the scene in front of them made everyone sweat. Because of the attack just now, Greyfoss has been turned into a hornet's nest. Not waiting for people to react, I have emerged from behind Greyfoss. I threw his body away. Hit a mercenary. Then the body is like a hunter. The leopard usually rushes towards the other two. The two just raised their guns. My knee is already on someone's face. Then put your hand on the stair handrail. The body spins and rushes towards the redhead. One kick broke his neck. The body fell down softly. The remaining mercenary froze on the spot in fright. Nothing happened. The end of life. Just got great. The man Foss knocked down pushed the body hard. Wen Mingtu punched directly into his cheek. Just one punch makes my head bloom. After solving the corridor, Mom and others just came over. Looking at the scene in front of him, is also shocked. I can't see any emotion on my face. Calm servant. On the other hand, Johnson was driving, while calling the corridor through the walkie-talkie. No response. So that the worst happened. On the way to the plane, just happened to meet the person with the C4 bomb. Tell him to take off and get out of here. That person doesn't know why, until I heard that it had been wiped out. Cold sweat. Fortunately, Johnson said, he has the money. The surveillance shows that everyone saw Donald's body. Everyone hated it. Bill said through gritted teeth. These chops, just pray I don't find them. Otherwise, they will regret coming into this world. Everyone on the roof surrounded Feng San in silence. The transport plane in the sky is flying away. I stared into the air in a daze. Mom wants to comfort me and ask Mom to stop talking. Tell him I'm okay. Mom was silent for a moment and said, go home. Say, who is my most loyal subordinate? It is undoubtedly the fat and unattractive Feng San. No one knows his cute body. What amazing energy is hidden. Feng San nickname right Feng San. He used to be the #1 thug of Dihu group. With the left hand, one in the dark and one in the light, is my best right-hand man. Even after I kill Wang Long, never give up when caught in the rain. After I got out of prison, I decided to go back to my normal life. Also unconditional support. Willing to be my driver and babysitter. Just to be by my side. Now, it's a black and white photo hanging in the morning hall. Countless people regret it. I sat expressionlessly under the morning hall. And the left hand on the side is already in tears. 3 people stand by the scene. There are still thousands of people behind us looking at this side. Hand me the urn with your left hand. Feng San also hopes that the president will do this. In classical Chinese, I trembled and stretched out my hand. As soon as he touched it, he retracted his hand like lightning. Calm down. Caught the ashes again. Open the ashes box. Holding a handful of ashes. Let go of your hand, and the ashes are scattered with the sea breeze. Take away people's sadness. There will be no more blood in the world. 3. I do it all mechanically. And after sprinkling, the tears can no longer be contained. In the hospital on the other side, Zheng Tai and Kia Zinkin ask how Zhao Nan is recovering. Zheng Tai said, "I'm sorry. I should have been by his side." Zhao Nan comforts him that he is all right. And it's your choice. Nothing to do with Zheng Tai. Kia Zinkin also said that everyone is fine. Zhao Nan asks where the undead map is going. Kia Zinkin told him that because of this accident, taken away by my mother. Zheng Tai told Zhao Nan that I also came back safely. This should be Zhao Nan's greatest concern. Then Zheng Tai asked Zhao Nan if possible. Be sure to visit the future seniors. Because now is his saddest moment. Hearing Zhao Nan nervously ask what happened, Zheng Tai didn't answer him. I just said that I planned to take a break from school for a while. Closed door cultivation? Zhao Nan repeatedly asked. Zheng Tai left with just one sentence. Take care of your body, and left. Kia Zinkin covered his head. Difficult words are always pushed to him. Then he faintly said that Feng San was dead. Blocked a bullet to protect the future. Inside an orphanage. The left hand told me that he and Feng San have always been very grateful to me. It's also thanks to me that I met my current wife. You can do what you want. He and Feng San grew up here. You were going to buy this place in the first place. Leave it to me and Feng San to take care of it. Feng San and I didn't know how surprised we were at the time. When I was a child, I always fought with Feng San. The left hand is still recounting the past. I'm sorry, my heavy apology. If it weren't for me, he'll be fine. Watch me sink into deep remorse. The left hand immediately interrupted me. Not like this. Feng San is the happiest person. When I first chose to retire, Feng San keeps talking. Everything that will grow is more important than my life. He was loyal all his life, never ashamed of anyone. Dying for the president is a worthy death. So you don't need to blame yourself for it. Please live according to Feng San's wishes. Because the president is the strongest man in the world. That's why he wants to follow you. I can't hold back my tears anymore. After a while I lost hairs. Tidying up my clothes. Third brother Feng, I will become the strongest loyal dog in the world. Half my life as a military expedition to the island. Loyal hero dream. Goodbye, little fat man. Right, Feng San. The purest man. It's been half a year since Feng San left me. During this period, Tetsuo keeps asking me to come back and take over the 5th season. But that's not what I expected. I told him to go abroad for a while. And tell him not to tell his mother. What else does Tianan want to persuade me? I broke the agreement with Feng Senji. I must finish. Inside a dojo in Neon Country, Jason and Sasaki are both trying out. Jason shook out countless sword flowers in an instant. But Sasaki dodged them all. The two were evenly matched. After a while, both were sweating and sitting on the ground to rest. Jason says he's faster. Sasaki also gave affirmation to this. But the drawback is that it is not powerful enough. Just avoid the key. Then the counterattack can hit Jason hard.